Mark, and another day, another way to co-op. Co-opt the podcast. Welcome to another event showcase. Today we have a wonderful summer event, replayable, redoable monster battle challenge. We haven't done this one yet. And it's kind of funny because monsters are a very vital part of this challenge. Very vital part of this country, this world, monsters in general. We'll get into the analogies here today on the podcast, as you can probably see by this funny title that I've created. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but we're going to talk about the monsters of this game and the monsters of real life, and how crazy the world is now, and all that good stuff. But before we get into the philosophical rambles, analogies, all that bullshit, I will explain what we're doing here in Dragon Questing World. So this is the solo quest, and we do events here, of course, because it's an MMO, and I have to do all the side stuff to be as powerful as possible. So this is called Monster Battle Road. With the solo quest, I will be using 3 of my characters because they only give you 3 slots. With the basic package, and then I'm going to be using a monster for my 4th party member slots. As you can see, I've done quite a bit of work on Healy here. It's going to be our healer that we will be playing as for these wonderful battles. And then you have 2 other slots for, just your party. So how the normal event goes, when there's not special things going on, you just kind of fight monsters in the arena, you know what I'm saying? It's natural. If you've ever played like Dragon Quest Monsters or something like that, it's very similar to that, except you only control one person instead of controlling everybody there. In order to start, you have to set their equipment. I mean, I guess you don't have to unless you want to be like super weak or whatever. But you have to set your equipment here, and it's a little interesting, So you register everything, and then your monsters can just wear it, even though you have it in. Or you have it or don't have it in your inventory. It doesn't really matter. And it registers with that, current version of it. So, if you register equipment and then you go and modify it a little bit, then you have to register it again. Pretty simple stuff. There's also badges in this, which is really cool. The badge system really reminds me of something like Paper Mario, just different modifiers to sort of give you a little bit more of a boost. But yeah, essentially what we're doing here is we're battling, a bunch of the super bosses that are, versions maybe like 3 to 7, essentially, and a lot of the side content that, can be done in other events is in this one, you're just doing it as the monsters. And the cool part about this, guys, is monsters in this game, if you haven't realized, are incredibly, stupidly, booty poppingly. I don't know if that's an adjective I should really use, but they're very powerful. They're very strong. Just like monsters in real life, they go fucking ham on other monsters. So as you're gonna see here, a lot of these events and bosses and stuff we do, they're just gonna get wiped, and I don't think they weaken them at all. I think you just do a lot of damage. I think you just have a lot of defense. I think you just heal a lot of power. Because essentially, monsters can only level up to 50. I have a level 45 slime that I'm using here now, but they can reincarnate 15 times. Now, ain't that crazy? So once you get to 15 times of leveling up to 50, you how many levels is that? 15 times 50? My brain hurts. My brain hurts a lot. I think that's gotta be 500, 700. 50? I don't know. I guess I could use a calculator for it, but I'm being very lazy right now, and I feel like 5:55 a.m. is the perfect time to do complicated math problems. So essentially, they're very high level in spirit. They may seem weak, but they're very high level. Through the body. And that's the power of the monster because, essentially they have nothing to lose. They go on all impulse. They don't think about things. They don't have the horrible mind weighing them down. They are mindless gooners who think of nothing but I need to go out and destroy and kill and annihilate and preserve myself. And isn't that wonderful, right? Amazing creatures. I do have a lot of fun with my monsters. I hope you have a lot of fun watching this. But let's compare this to the crazy shit going on here with those monster files. You know what I'm saying? The monster Epstein files. I have to bring it up. So I'll go ahead and give you the date here. It's the 12th. This is the official last day of the event. I recorded this a couple days ago, but today has been like the second or third day of them saying like, oh yeah, the Epstein files don't exist. Yeah, they're fried. Like we have like there's nothing on them. Don't worry about that, guys. That Epstein, Drake. Like we're on that saga of America right now. If you're wondering, I know I'm not gonna upload this like today. I mean, I might, but just in case I don't, I just like to mention that aspect of it because this is a kind of a time sensitive story, kind of like the Cinder thing, kind of like the oh my goodness, I forget that VTuber's name, but the VTuber that Deem annihilated because of the whole social landscape. Whether it's bullying or whatever or anything, these monsters that we deal with that are in power, they just preserve themselves. They just kind of preserve what means things to them. And what's crazy about self-preservation is that you don't really understand like the morals of things or, think things through fully. So essentially now because of the landscape of America and the internet in general, we've discovered that the truth does not matter. And because of that, they think they can just do this really weirdly sloppy, horrible stuff because nobody's gonna care in like a week. And that's kind of like the narrative that they're pushing. They're just kind of hoping people just move on. And as people, the truth kind of just needs to be there. I don't know about you, but I think about things a lot. So this is really gonna ride on my mind. It's why I have to talk it out. A little podcast like this. I really wouldn't like to talk about it in real life to a person because I feel like we're just gonna get all conspiracy theorying, and then there's gonna be like a Diddy party thing or something like that. But I'll chat to you guys about it because it really does interest me. It really does interest me that a lot of people jump into these conversations, just with already a preconceived answer that they will not change, and that's supposed to be admirable. Like, yeah, my opinion is so strong, I'm not even gonna change it. Like, no, like why are you arguing then? To change someone else's opinion? Their opinion doesn't matter to you, Why would you want to change their opinion? The beautiful thing about the world is that we all have different ones. And a lot of the times when we're talking about these kinds of things, the narrative is just so disingenuous, and they just expect us all to come in with our own opinions and not think and then move on. And it's kind of crazy that I think it will actually work. I do. The crazy theory that I have behind it and why they're doing this, why the monsters are trying to act like this crazy thing is actually believable. It's kind of like human nature thing. People don't really respond well to promises of glory or riches or fame or whatever. That's not really why they'll do something really dumb or stupid or self-sacrificial. But people respond very well to threats. Oh my goodness, my fucking... Yes, it is 6/8. So... it sounds horrible, but I think, J.D. Vance, a lot of the FBI, government is probably being threatened. It may not be them. It may be their family. It may be their friends. It may be their lovers. But I think a lot of people are telling them if this shit gets released, y'all all going down. And nobody's safe. Epstein may have committed suicide, but, we can make it look like you did it too. And personally, I think Epstein's over there with Tupac. I really don't think he's gone. I really don't, because it's crazy. It's like you're gonna tell us, oh shit, all these fucking victims came out. They're 900,000, 208 million. All these victims took them forever to get caught. And now they're trying to tell us that no more predators were there. Yeah, it was just him. He like that. That's a crazy thing to believe for anyone. I don't even think I masturbated 900 times. 900 victims? That's disgusting, man. I probably have masturbated 900 times. I'm lying. That's cap. It'll take me like maybe 3-4 years. but I probably died. I probably died. Um, but yeah, that's actually crazy. Um, and the crazy part is a lot of people are gonna believe it. A lot of people are just gonna be like, yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. You know, we're just not gonna, release the Epstein files. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Nobody needs to know. You know, nobody needs that information. But I implore you guys, just be a thinking community. I think that's really what's fucked us nowadays. I think we're just not using our brains anymore. It's like, it's lost art or something to think about, not only what you say, but what other people say and listen to their words, listen to, the meaning they try to convey. And form your own opinions, and it's okay to change those opinions. I'd say it's not okay to say for fucking almost like years, like 2-3 years, that yeah, we're gonna release the files, the files are on my desk, they're right here. Oh wait, there's nothing in here, there's no more names. What are you talking about? Other people? It was just him, and he's dead, so we're good. Epstein, Drake, it's crazy. Absolutely insane. And the reason why I call these people monsters is because I feel like they have no self-preservation, and they act like they're so low level. Like everyone who does nefarious shit, they're always gonna act dumb, oblivious. And you know this with creepy guys. Whenever you see a creepy guy, what's creepy about him? What's creepy about him is the fact that he's ambiguous. Is the fact that you don't know what's going on in that brain of his. Like, is it big? Is it small? Is he happy to see me? I don't know. Is he angry? Possibly. Could he hurt me? Probably. But you don't know. That weird middle smile where it's like I'm not really smiling at you, but I'm just kind of looking at you in a soft way. It's weird. And that's how politicians are 100% of the time. And it's why a lot of people don't like them. It's why people like me don't even bother to vote, because I cannot stand hearing some of these motherfuckers. They sound like they're dead inside. They sound like they're fighting multiple demons with a battle axe that is broken, scarred. So yeah, these are little arena fights for the monster battle road. Let's calm down a little bit, get back into this game. Jump away from the podcast a little bit. The reason why I'm not going to record a lot of these beginning monster battle parts is because they're over like that. Like that 5-second battle. It's like, there's not really much to, see here. And you have to go from G all the way to S. And then every couple experience points or so, you do 3 battles to rank up. Pretty fun. But yeah, the battles to rank up are easy. These battles are super easy if you have like any amount of reincarnations on. And I'm going to be using my New Game Plus characters, monsters, which are all most of them are fully reincarnated. So we will blast through these very quickly. I will start recording them probably at when we get to S rank, you unlock another like tier. And I actually need help with that because it's very hard. It's very hard. So I'll probably jump back in and start recording it for that. But this first stuff is going to be very, very boring to watch. It's just going to be, me hitting the A button. The most gameplay is going to be me picking what reward I want at the beginning. And that's about it. So we're going to go ahead and skip the grinding. I did want to do it for this event because you do get a lot of battle road tickets, and if you don't know, you need to pay to obviously play. You gotta pay to use this. So if you have battle road tickets that you get from this event, you can do it for free. You get a max of 300 you can hold, and they give you quite a bit for this one. So yeah, we'll do that. And then I will come back with more monster stuff at a later date. But for now, we're gonna fight these battles and have fun destroying some monsters with our monster. See, that's the thing about the world. People think like, oh no, I have to be a hero. I have to be good and light and powerful. But look at this shit. Just like witness this shit. And imagine if you are as evil as Epstein, if you are as evil as Trump, if you are as evil, I'm not gonna say JD Vance is evil, but he's probably under the hands of some evil people, so he's acting under evil militias. If you are evil like these people, you're gonna get a lot more done. You're gonna have a lot more friends. You're probably gonna have a lot more fun. I really don't know how evil people minds work. I don't know. So maybe they have fun. Maybe they have fun all the time. Maybe they have fun doing the evil shit. Who fucking knows? That probably is right, because honestly, I think, like I've said multiple times, I think, oh my goodness, that is a loud ass train. I live right next to the train, by the way, guys, if you didn't know. If you haven't heard it in an episode before, here it is. Holy shit, what was I saying? I like how the train cut me off right when I was about to confess my sins. Yes, okay. So yeah, I do a lot of gooning. And like I've said, I'm a very, well, not very, but I'm like pretty much adamantly against gooning, especially now because I see it's like affecting my life, affecting my physically, mentally, a little bit spiritually. Although I feel like the spirit part of it maybe affects it positively. But yeah, I think, yeah, they probably do feel good, because I do feel good when I goon, you know what I'm saying? Well, what the hell? I turn my brain off, and then I can just watch some just destroy nefarious shit to destroy my brain, you know what I'm saying? Turn my brain off and relax. It feels good. It feels good. It feels like a release. Of course. So I think, yeah, I think they do feel good when they're doing nefarious shit, when they're lying to people to their face, and then the people smile at them, and they smile back, and you're like, yeah, I'm lying to your ass, bitch. I'm lying to your ass, bitch. I don't think it feels bad to them. I mean, if it does, it's kind of crazy that they still do it. But I think maybe for people like Epstein, I don't think it's impossible that he committed suicide. And I think if he did, you know, it kind of makes sense. You know, you kind of like, damn, man, I really did do some bad shit this time. Maybe I really deserve to be on the other side now. It's cool, but I honestly think maybe it would have been like an underhanded deal if it was like that, because, you know, people even back then were like they were like the same with Diddy. You know, they were kind of cheering him on and be like, Epstein, we love you. I saw it. I don't know if you guys saw it back then. But, yeah, the world is really weird now. Like I said, people form these opinions before, you know, before that shit even goes down. People have an opinion on me, people have an opinion on you, and they're just waiting on some news to drop so they can validate that shit. And the crazy thing about the world is that you can take the same fact and spin it negative or spin it positive, and just say whatever shit you wanted to say with it. You know, it's kind of crazy. And people will go along with that. It's insane. The most liar, fakest, bullshit truth, half-truth that you can think of. Someone has said it, probably on Blue Sky. And, yeah, people have followed it, people have liked it, you know, and they don't even think twice. They're like, yeah, this is what it is, and I don't like this person either, so I believe that 100%, and that is now law in my world. And yeah, I think it's just a scary world we're living in, where the truth really isn't necessary, really isn't recognized as vital anymore. You know, who really needs it? The truth? Who needs it? We got monsters. We got battles. We got fireballs. Who needs the truth, man? Honestly, it's so cumbersome. Yeah, I can't get behind that logic, although I will admit most of my life is depressing. Most of my life is sad. Most of my life is alone. But I like it that way. And I wouldn't stop myself from, like, thinking as hard as I do about things, because I think I do enjoy that. You know, and if I don't enjoy it, then I can manually turn my brain on. But you're always gonna go back to your nature. So I'd say if you feel like you're an evil person, play your fucking role, motherfucker. Be evil. What the hell? This is what I hate about people. Some people are actually disgusting motherfuckers that wear sheep's clothing. And I just like, it convinced me to think that I was probably one of those people, you know? Like, oh yeah, I'm disgusting, I'm evil, you know? Because whenever I'm nice to people, generally doesn't feel, like genuine after a minute, you know? After maybe the first couple times. And I was like, why? You know, let me really unpack that. Why does it not feel genuine? Because I will say, the first time I meet someone, or the first, 7 seconds of a conversation, it's always genuine. It's always like, oh shit, if they come in nice to me, I'm gonna come in nice to you. But I would force myself to stay, like, locked into that sometimes. And I'm like, it's not really, like, just relax, man. If somebody starts being an asshole to you, it's completely warranted to do the same to them. But as a masculine man, they always tell you taking the high road is not like, not even like a virtue, but like it's like your only option nowadays. It's like, if you do anything else, you're gonna get arrested or called out as a pedophile or, like canceled online. It's like taking the high road is like the only thing acceptable. But if you have big enough number, anything is acceptable, which is it's crazy rhetoric now. You know, just like it's a reason why Drake and people are still popping and popular. Like if you imagine if Kendrick had more numbers than Drake before the beef even happened, like if Kendrick was just a more popular artist 100% already, do you think Drake would still be alive? Do you think Drake would still be popping and doing his thing? Do you think that would still be happening, right? Like if you just literally did nothing different, but you just flipped their numbers, and Drake, he didn't gain numbers, like he kind of stayed the same, maybe even lost some numbers from the beef, but you just flipped their numbers a little bit. Do you think people would still be talking about it? See, I'm not gonna say a true black and white opinion on this channel because that's not what I do. It's why a lot of people don't like me. It's why it's hard to have conversations with me. And honestly, it's hard for me to have conversations with other people because nobody really likes to do this. Nobody really likes to deconstruct what they think and come at it from a different angle. A lot of people do act like these mindless gooner monsters. And I'm not, like I'm saying, it's not a bad thing. We all have natural natures that we go back to. But you got to remember, this is your nature, but our nature's not always what we should do societally to better ourselves and better other people. Now, once again, motherfucker, I'm sorry for calling you motherfucker so much, but you are. You are. You are. I am. We're all fucking. We're all mothers. We're all nature. You don't have to better yourself. You could stay the same for the rest of your life. If you like what you're doing, if you like your retail job, if you like your video games, if you like your gooning, if you like your girlfriend, if you like your wife, your mother, your father, if you like any of them, you don't have to change it. You don't have to change it. Changing is all up to you. And that's the beautiful thing about this world. That's the beautiful thing about God and the higher power that they gave us this ability to, it's kind of like the American judicial system, innocent until proven guilty. But now it's like innocent until bigger number comes. And then we believe the bigger number. People don't really like to think and develop opinions anymore. And I think a lot of that has become from the power, the general just strength of ChatGPT and AI. It's like crazy how powerful that shit is that people don't even use Google anymore. Like, that's insane. I'm so glad I didn't grow up in this generation. Because as soon as Google came up, bro, I was Googling everything. I was a Google fiend. Every question I had, every guide I needed, I was Googling like crazy. And I loved research papers back in the day because I liked just learning and Googling things. Now, I started to not like research papers when I thought I made a really good paper and I got an 80 on it. And then I started getting pissed off because I'm like, I'm a fucking good writer, you bitch. And I think it was like a handwriting thing. I don't know. But anyways. Yeah, school's a whole nother issue, but schools nowadays are getting really, really bad. It's scary. Um, and the funny thing is, a lot of people say they care about the youth, but then the Epstein shit goes on, and it's like, do we really care about the youth? Do we really? Hmm. Very interesting. Very interesting. Like, do we really? And then, the whole trans thing with people, you see like 18-year-old trans people, who've taken the HRT since 14, and you're like, I don't know, man. I just don't know. Because the thing with consent is that you kind of have to have a brain to give it. And I don't care who you are. Like, the average 12-year-old is not as smart as the average 18-year-old. Or 24-year-old. Or the fucking parent who is 30. And the parent who's 30 nowadays is fucking stupid too. It's like, does anybody have a brain? Stop having kids without brain. I thought you needed to get head first. But yeah, I don't know. Some people do skip the head and just go straight to, which is bad. I think sex is 99% foreplay. I mean, that's what masturbation is. What do you think masturbation is? It's foreplaying with yourself. And then you get like that 10 seconds of sex when you come. But yeah. Yeah, it's 90% foreplay, and I like, wow, it's probably the reason why I hate sex so much, that I have these weird ass opinions. Just a lot of people that I've eloped with, and I don't try once again. So everyone I've eloped with is a mindless gooner who really wants to fuck a lot. But yeah, I don't try to like seduce people. It feels so wrong, especially when I know I have great persuasion powers and I look really hot and tall. Like it's no, because you have to deal with the fucking repercussions afterwards, you know. And you know, people aren't worth the squeeze nowadays. Nobody knows how to fucking develop emotional connections anymore. People don't even know how to like develop their own opinions. And like I said, critical thinking's at an all-time low. So you come at someone with an interesting conversation topic, opinion, thought, and they're like, oh, what do you think? And then all they do is just try to deconstruct your opinions. They don't form their own. And it's a little annoying. It's kind of why I've decided to be a master fence sitter. Because in reality, no one's opinion matters but your own. So, by that logic, nobody needs to know mine. Nobody needs to know mine. I just need to make sure yours are valid. That's why a lot of times when I say an opinion out in real life, you know, it could be mine, could not be mine, it's usually not mine. Usually not mine. Confuses a lot of people when, you know, say one thing and then I do something a little different. Yeah, very confusing, very confusing. But essentially, it's just who I am. You know, some people are hypocrites. Some people are, you know, not too good of individuals. Some people are liars. Some people cheat a little bit. You just gotta find someone who is okay with your brand of bullshit. Your frame of... Find someone who wants those cheeks and wants to squeeze them every night. Because we all have ass. There's no, like, perfectly white person or perfectly black person. There's always a gray area to everyone. And I don't care who you are, you got some skeletons in your closet. And what's crazy about this whole monster Epstein shit is that these motherfuckers are acting like the skeletons aren't there. It's like, oh shit. It's not us, don't worry, don't worry. I even have some quotes from this. It's from earlier, like 2016 and shit like that. I just gathered some because it's crazy how they're saying this shit. It really just boggles the mind to me. It really truly does. Jeez, man. So like back in 2016, if I said what I know about both candidates, they'd have to cancel the election. That's what Jeffrey Epstein's brother said. The island, and this is 2016, and they still won't release the files. Like it's been so fucking long. I don't understand this. How like the narrative is switching like this. It's like they expect the brain rot to just have destroyed us. And I think it's true. I don't think a lot of people watch long-form content anymore, and that has destroyed us because we're all just running ham on shorts and TikTok. Yeah, this is just kind of crazy. This is just kind of crazy. I don't understand that, man. Trump has taken pictures with the victims, like at the place, like what? I don't understand. He stayed there 3 times that have been recorded at the Palato Manhattan townhouse. This is a direct quote too. At least one staying late into the night, according to interviews with more than a dozen people familiar with the relationship, as well as documents reviewed by the New York Times. So I'm like, he's already convicted felon. Like Trump has all the stripes. He's already almost fucking died. We're not just gonna fucking let people know that he's like a pedo too? Like, it's fine. Sure. Aren't we all? Aren't we fucking all? Like, Jesus, guys, It's just so crazy how we're like policing ourselves to a disgusting amount. And then these motherfuckers don't have to police themselves. It's like you have enough money and it just doesn't matter. But over here on the internet where we're all poor, we can't even say fucking lolly, or we can't even watch Saba, or we can't even like say Nazi rhetoric or whatever. I don't know. I don't even know what fucking Nazi rhetoric is. But like, it's a free speech world. And we can't say suicide. Yeah, we can't say suicide or things like that. Like what the fuck are we doing here? Policing for no reason, and it just makes us desensitized to the actual bullshit going on. Like, this is absolutely crazy. 200 to 1,000 victims. And this has been a long time coming. These motherfuckers are still out there, probably doing the same shit, probably on the same island, probably on some of his townhouses, running amok. You know, one of them is the president. So obviously people don't care. I wouldn't say people don't care. I would say the people in the power are scared. And they hope to dear God we don't care. But we do. At least I do. But I care about opinions and the truth, you know? And a lot of people would like to think they are the same thing. Opinions and the truth. I know. You think that, oh, that's kind of crazy, isn't it? Didn't we do like a... No, those are the true or false exams. No, I think we did do like some kind of test like this in school. If we were like, is this the truth or an opinion? I think we did do some kind of test like this. That is probably fucking way off. You know, way out the back burner now, because I don't think they do anything like that in school anymore. Or at least if they do, it's definitely not noticeable. But then again, schools are kind of like, they're kind of like falling behind on the wayside for educational purposes, you know? And it's mostly because they don't pay these motherfuckers enough. It's crazy how low teachers are paid and how people who just want power easily do it. Which is the worst kind of people. Like people who don't actually endeavor to grow their intellect but just want to order fuckers around all day. They often just become teachers. Not even lying to you. Most people who love the art of teaching would never do it because they actually want to have money. Like me, I love teaching, but I don't like teaching for other people. I like teaching because I like to learn. Back in med school, it was a see one, do one, teach one environment. And I love that. I love that because that's the main way I learn. That's the main way I think most people should learn. You know, fear and all involved. Because I'm a very growing doer. I have to do, and then I grow. But the trap for... Oh, excuse me. The trap for a lot of people with higher levels of intellect is that they think a lot more than they do. And I'm fixing that. I'm fixing that. I now try to get out of the house once a day. I don't drive a lot, but you know, there's just a nice neighborhood here. So I just walk around, you know, wave at one person, smile, and give a thumbs up to someone, and that's like my social interaction for the day. And it really feels good. You really can't, you know, overexpose yourself when you're in a mental deficit. But at the same time, you don't want to be closed off and ruin yourself. So it's a good middle ground for me. Honestly, I really don't want to talk to anyone, probably ever again, besides like a lover. Like, I don't want a friend group. I'll take a community, you know, a legion of idiots who follow anything I say. But what I am gonna say is start thinking for yourself, idiot. So I hope you do follow everything I say, because I'm not gonna tell you to do things. I don't think that's ever what this channel is going to be. I'll tell you how to think about things. I'll tell you how to, you know, derive concepts from things. I'm not gonna tell you what to think. I would never do that. And if I ever start doing that, you know, call me out. Call me out. This is that kind of podcast. because I really think, that's the whole reason why I started this thing. I started it because, it's a need in the market that I didn't see was being fulfilled. Like, who does English playthroughs of this game and actually thinks about stuff? This is like one of the most retard games. Look at the graphics. Look at the graphics. No, man. I mean, like, even with WoW, I feel like people don't really want like concepts like this with video games. They just kind of want the gameplay. They just kind of want the fun. And that's why I play this game. Like, I don't play this game for the philosophical story references. But this is something that I like doing. I like talking. I like, talking about this shit. And I feel like this is just a market need that isn't fulfilled. Isn't fulfilled. Isn't fulfilled. Sorry for being weird. I'm not, though. And so, yeah. Just do that. What's your server should do? Just find something that needs to be filled and fill the hole. It's a little bit difficult to find in the first place, I will admit that. But yeah, once you do, you just kind of gotta lock in and say, fuck off to all these damn opportunities. I know I've said that for a little while now, and it's starting to feel good, actually, Saying no to people, cutting shit off. Of course it doesn't feel good at first, of course it feels uncomfortable at first, but in order to truly grow in whatever you want to grow in, you're gonna have to start giving up things. You're gonna have to start making sacrifices. You're gonna have to start saying no more. You're gonna have to start disappointing women. And, or men, I don't know who you are. You're gonna start disappointing the opposite sex. A lot. That's just the nature. It's the nature of life. And I don't think we should be really scared of that. I mean, maybe you want to be scared of that, but don't let the fear control you. Definitely don't let the fear control you. The fear sometimes would control my thoughts. And I'm like, Like, it's okay to be afraid, but even if you're afraid, you gotta walk that thought path. You have to endeavor to go all the way there. Because, like, the thing with our minds is that they don't really forget things. So let's say you have like an evil thought in your head and you thought police yourself, it's still gonna be there. So you're gonna be like, oh no, I can't think that. Let me think about something else. That thought is still hanging out and doing shit, fucking up shit. And he's gonna come up at another time in some other way, and it's gonna really weird you out, and you'll be like, oh my god, I can't believe I said that or did that or whatever. But if you take some time, maybe even mark this down and like later I'm gonna think about this, or even like right now I'm just gonna think it through. I'm just gonna follow this thought all the way to the end of the train, and then I'm gonna move on. There's some kind of release there. It's like watching. What's a really horrible play? It's like watching a Holocaust video or something. I don't know. Oh yeah, it's like watching Tower of God. Oh, if anybody's seen that anime, that is one of the worst animes I've ever seen in my fucking life, and I love it. But yeah, it's like watching Tower of God. You need that catharsis. You need that pain. A lot of people just avoid pain, avoid pain, avoid pain. But guess what gets you progress? It is the pain. And so if we avoid pain, like these monsters are trying to do, and just say there's no Epstein files, there's no bad thoughts, well, I don't want to say the spoilers for this arc of America, but shit may indeed go sideways. And like I said, it's the 12th right now. It's the 12th of July, so I actually don't know where this arc of America is gonna go. But I know the motherfuckers that I watch, the motherfuckers that I view are really, really spreading the word on this shit. And there are multiple reviews, people going on the camera footage of his quote unquote suicide and being like, nope, it's false, nope, it's fake. And the conspiracy theories are real because people think it's so badly covered up that, like, yeah, it has to be some kind of threats. It has to be, like, some kind of reason. People aren't this retarded for no reason, especially because J.D. Vance is not an idiot. Like, you don't become the leader of the FBI because you're retarded. That doesn't... No. Like you with people like this, it's easy to scope intentional retardation. So many things about that video were uncovered. You don't understand this, guys. Like, within 10 minutes, it was like a Nintendo release. Within 10 minutes of the video being released, people were like, nah, that's fake. There's a minute on. I see the editing bar. Like people were going crazy. And it's on the news. It's on the, it's being policed a little bit. So we'll see what really goes on, what really goes down. But I think yeah, it's getting a little heated. It's getting a little heated, and shit is about to boil over. I know a lot of people in America want there to be a revolution. I know a lot of people in Britain want the West to fall for some reason. It's not like that's gonna solve anything. Um, there definitely does need to be reform. Definitely does need to be reform. And I'm not even saying of like the government. I'm saying of like the population in general. We're just not on each other's sides anymore. We're not on the side of like the general American experience because everyone's is really different. Really different. But it's like, is it? Is it really that different? Feels like these experiences we all have, and a lot of people are saying, I can relate to that, I can relate to that, and then at least for me, it feels like a lot of this surface level shit, people think they relate to it, but they really don't. They really don't. There's a lot of nuance to the pain of America. And a lot of people alchemize their pain and don't know they're doing it. And a lot of people don't alchemize their pain and act like they're doing it. It's so confusing. So you don't know who to trust, essentially. But did we ever? I feel like back in the 70s, 80s, people were pretty like paranoid-ish, whatever, but the internet has just made it crazy, especially with dating. Because you don't know what's going on with the Chads in her phone. And so that anxiety just destroys people. It's like, she didn't fuck me on the first date, but she's probably calling Chad tonight. It's like that anxiety is disgusting, and you're not gonna get yourself away from those thoughts because it's baked into the internet narrative. We all use Instagram as a dating app. We all use, the Chat GPT as a therapist. It's a little wild how much we've lost the plot of human connection. Sharing opinions and discovering ourselves through understanding of others. It's not a crazy concept, I don't think. But nobody likes to do that. And when it comes to new relationships nowadays, because the whole Instagram, the Tinder, the crazy shit, people are very apt to give up. And I think that's what a lot of these monsters want. They want you to give up. They want you to be like, they'll just forget about it. They'll just give up. They don't really care that much about the Stein, It'll be like your last Tinder date, It's just like, he's not here, I'm just gonna ghost you, so just forget about me. Yeah. Very sad the way the world's ending up, huh? I'm not saying we have to be that way, We can be happy individuals here, me and you. Glad you showed up for the Thinking Podcast. That's nice, right? That's a positive, right? Right? Nice little Friday. Oh my god, it's Saturday. A nice little Saturday we're having, right? Jeez. Yeah, I feel like I've been up since Friday. I've been up since like 2 a.m., so it's not that late. But yeah, I'd say the main thing we have to do is not really much. Not really much. If you're thinking like, I have to spark the torch that will light the... Shut the fuck up. You don't have to do that much here. This is not one of those episodes where it's a call to action. Like I said, we're just preaching some thoughts. I'd say to truly fix the world, you just have to think more. You just have to, maybe pause before you speak. Maybe listen to other people's opinions, like you're doing now. I love you, listeners. And absorb the information. But don't forget about the reflection. Don't forget about the reflection. This is not a video that you need to rewatch, but there are some videos on YouTube that you may need to rewatch. I've watched a couple of them that give you those topics that you're like, what the fuck did he say? I don't like that. That's crazy. This guy's an idiot. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about. And then, after you go through that, you go through like a different phase because you've already gone through the phase of, I can't help myself, so I'm going to YouTube. And then you go through the phase of, yes, perfect video. Let me click this one. It's definitely going to help me. This person knows what they're talking about. The title's perfect. The thumb is perfect. And then he starts and then he's like, okay, yeah, you give me the information and it's trash. But you need that step. You need that step of listening to some guy try to help you and then being disillusioned with him and being like, well, you suck. Fuck off. Because you know what happens after that? After, the I suck, you're amazing, you suck. Then you realize, wait a minute, I'm amazing because I'm the one who thought he was amazing. And then you find out your own solutions. And then you just automatically know what the fuck to do. It like unlocks, you know, it's like new quest unlocked. And honestly, the thing to do is just what you feel like doing. If you want like an answer to that, yes, it is what you feel like doing. If you just do what you feel like doing, you'll figure out your purpose. You will. You will. It took me about a year, man. It took me about a fucking whole damn year. But you got to remember, the pain and the progress are together. The PP, energy, they go together 110%. So if what you're doing doesn't involve pain in some way, you may want to integrate that. You may want to integrate that. And also, if what you're doing doesn't earn you money, and you don't care because you like doing it, good. Now, if what you're doing does earn you money, but you don't like it, but you're really good at it, change some things. I'm telling you, it's not gonna last. Change some things or get your money and go. I'm talking to you, OnlyFans girls. 2 years maximum. Because I know if you're OnlyFans and you're successful, it's a crazy jump from the successful to the unsuccessful OnlyFans ones. There's really no middle ground. It's crazy. At least in my eyes, I've really only met an OnlyFans girl who's made like 10K a month, and then one who made like 500 a week. And there's like no middle ground between that. You know, you either make that kind of money or like nothing, in which you're probably just ugly, so like I don't know why you tried. But yeah, that kind of money, very easy to save, very easy to not crash out and buy 2 cars and a house. And yeah, save. I'd say move to, if you're in America, move to like a less expensive state, buy a house, and yeah, then you've got your money for the rest of your life because you can like invest in that. But yeah, the thing is, you have to find something that you're okay building a legacy with, that you're okay, you know, just building something with. People like really devalue the art of building things, and I feel like that's why so many people like, I have nothing in my life, I want a girlfriend, I'm so sad. I'm like, I'm happy being alone because I have something that means something to me, and I'd say it's video games in general. It's like RPGs and stuff. Lately I've been getting into arts and VTubers, but yeah, video games, certainly music as well, you know, and now I have this project to deal with, so I'm happy there. Which makes me very happy to decline plans to sit at home and think, to write, to sit behind a computer and sweat my balls off with editing. And I do like some aspects of editing, but most times it's really a struggle to start, which is why I know this is valuable, because it's not all just fun and games. There's some things that I've done in life that just feel so good, so fun, and I'm like, I need something bad to counteract this, but I'm not gonna stop doing this. You know, it obviously helps me, and so you got to figure out that. You got to figure out that part. Where is your pain? Because a lot of people just spend all their life trying to avoid pain. It's like, nope, 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 nope. Pain, whoop, slip, gotcha, whoop, pain, we jump back. No. You got to see it. You got to see it through. You got to paint it through, baby. Paint that ass. That was a little weird. I like being weird, though. Okay, see, the screen is glitching out a little bit. As you can see, when the sky like blinks like that, it's about to crash. So I just logged out, logged back in. We're gonna fight the Dragon Lord. Oh yeah, baby. So this is the last one, people. We're fighting Dragon Lord Trump. Dragon Lord Trump Island. Oh man. Hey guys, it's a long road. It's a long life. So if you really have something that you feel is valuable, lock in on that, and don't really matter what the results are. You if it's really good, or show it to a bunch of friends to get opinions on it or whatever. The real value in it is the act of making it, and how you feel while you make it, and how you feel after it's done. Because, like I said before, I even said it in this episode, I think, nobody's opinion matters but yours, especially with this art shit. Nobody's opinion matters but yours. And maybe that's depressing to you. To me, that's very empowering. That was some of the best, just music or like art advice I got in general. Just like, hey, don't tell people about it. Hey, this art you're posting online? Tell no one. Tell no one. It's very easy for me because most of my fans aren't even in this fucking country. Like about half. Like about half. Like I have a 50% Japanese viewership. Which is pretty cool. I'm like maybe 25% bilingual. So the more language I learn, the probably more almost you did. But who knows what the future holds? I'm just kind of vibing through it. I'm just kind of surviving with what God gave me, and I'm utilizing my gifts. I feel like we all have quirks, just like my hero. And all we need to do is just figure out how they work, how our power system is developed, and utilize that to the best of our abilities, and we'll go far. We'll go far. A lot of times people try to overcomplicate the ladder in that respect, Be like, I gotta do this and this and this and this and network with these people and these people and these people and these people, especially when it's an art thing, No, you don't. And I gotta tell all my friends so that they can, give me 5 views and give me 5 likes and tell me all their garbage opinions because they don't fucking make music. Like, if you're making it for them, then are you really a musician or are you a DJ? Those are 2 different things. If you want to be a DJ and just control the party and just control the atmosphere, be a DJ. Completely okay. Completely cool. Wanted to do that. I did. And then I realized I fucking hate parties. I like providing vibes. I don't like parties. A lot of times when I was a DJ, I would just get roped into social situations that I didn't want to do. So I stopped. It's the same with bartending. And it's the same with most, like, outside jobs that require a team. Like, if it's an outside job, it requires a team, it requires me to be around you constantly, it's gonna turn into some annoying high school bullshit, and you're gonna get mad because I don't want to hang out with you. And before, when I didn't want to hang out with people, I would still hang out with them. And then I realized, like, do you ever want to go out and talk to people and hang out and be in an environment with a bunch of fucking people? And I'm like, I don't, actually. If I, this is so annoying. If I ever have, like, an opportunity to go on a date with someone, I'm always like, nature, hiking, walk. Maybe coffee shop. Maybe. It's not a coffee. But early as fuck in the morning, right when the coffee shop opens. It's 6:44 now. You can see how much energy I have. Like, I forced myself to be a morning person because I used to goon all fucking night. Like, it was crazy. So now I go to bed at like 7 or 8. And I wake up at night. Because, you're not going to change your nature, like I said. But, there are ways to life hack this. And, actually have productive days. Because, like, that ruins your fucking day. I would get, like, maybe 3 hours of sunlight because I woke up at, like, 4 or 3. It was terrible. And I didn't realize how much I fucking love nature. I love the outside. But, like, that's all I did as a kid. I was always outside. I was always traveling through. We used to have a huge-ass yard, right? So I was traveling through the yard. I was always exploring with my brother. We had music, so I would play music from my, God, I remember back then I had a fucking, like, I had an MP3 player that I would connect with a speaker. Now I guess it's just all phones. But yeah, it's weird how people all tell you this bullshit about being an adult, and you gotta start doing this, you gotta start doing this, and you gotta, live your adult life and be mature. But really, what being an adult is like is just getting all that retarded bullshit out of the way so you can do the kid shit again. So you can freely do the kid shit without the responsibilities because you fulfill the responsibilities with all the pain. That's what being an adult is really about, and people don't explain it that way. I think more people need to explain it that way and be like, it's just keep doing the shit you're doing as a kid, so that you don't age, so that you don't look like a weirdo old fuck. And you're not bitter, and you don't have to have this crazy midlife crisis where you go and buy a sports car and shave your head or whatever. You don't have to have that because you've been building towards this your whole life. And it feels good to me because like I've definitely been playing games all my life. I've definitely been playing outside all my life, you know. Definitely been exercising all my life, and I've definitely been dancing all my life. So I'm really not doing anything different from my childhood. And so many people will disgrace you, not only for being too young, for acting too young, for acting too old too. Like just fucking live, man. Embrace your nature. Even if you're a monster, embrace your nature. Because obviously these monsters are very helpful to us, okay? Okay, we're gonna have a seat here. Me and Harold are gonna have a talk about Gerald. We're gonna have a talk about the fucking okay. Goodbye. Subscribe, damn it.